Hey everyone, welcome to the last part of my in-depth review of the new Astra Militarum Codex. As with my previous Codex review for the Tyranids, I might do one a month later and see how I feel about it. But yeah, so far I'm really liking what I see. You know, I find it to be really well internal balanced, and I think it's going to be interesting. But this part is, of course, on the heavy support, which is a lot of the fun parts of the Imperial Guard, because the heavy supports can hit really hard. And that's why we're going to go over it. Now, once again, to sum up the heavy supports, what you'll basically notice is that, consistent with the previous codices that Games Workshop has been putting out lately, that the models that, any named thing that didn't have a model already, Games Workshop is either producing the model or removing it from the Codex. And that happened in the heavy support choices with all the ordnance batteries. They're gone, but they were replaced with an ordnance tank, which I think is going to be amazing against Tyranids and Orcs and maybe other Imperial Guard. But we'll go over that later. So first of all, heavy support. Now the epitome, like the standard, when I think of heavy support and Imperial Guard, I think of Leman Russ. And of course, let's start off with the Leman Russ Squadron. Now, as always, as with the previous edition, there's like 7 types of Leman Russes. Some of them got cheaper, some of them got more expensive, some of them stayed the same. The Leman Russ Battle Tank, and basically they have the same stat lines before: 14, 13, 10, 3 hull points, ballistic skill 3. The war gear, they all come with a standard heavy bolter, searchlight, smoke launchers. So first we'll get the battle cannon, which has not changed. It's the Leman Russ battle tank. Stay the same, 150, used to be 150, same points cost. Up next we have the Exterminatus tank, which has actually been dropped by 20 points, now to 130 points, and it has the Exterminator autocannon, which, I'm just going to look at these. Exterminator autocannon, let's find these, each weapon. Autocannon 61. The Exterminator autocannon is 48-inch, strength 7, AP 4, heavy 4, twin linked. So twin linked, it's good. You know what? For 130 points, that's a great option for popping light vehicles and such. Next, we have the Vanquisher, which is 135 points. It went down again 20 points. Used to be 155, and it has the Vanquisher battle cannon. The Vanquisher battle cannon is 72 inches, strength 8, AP 2, heavy 1, armor bane. Can you say dead every vehicle in the game? That'd be pretty good. Prescience plus that. That's what I'm saying. Next is the Eradicator, 120 points, which that was a huge drop. It used to be 160, so it got knocked down to 120 points, and it has the Eradicator Nova Cannon. And the Eradicator Nova Cannon is the 36-inch range, strength 6, AP 4, heavy 1, large blast, ignores cover. Ouch. So basically, if your opponents bring Tyranids or Orcs, or Eldar, bring an Eradicator Nova Cannon on an Eradicator Leman Russ, and you win. Because your Venom Tropes go, and so does everyone else. Basically, this list is going to be amazing against Orcs and Tyranids. And Tyranids are already, unfortunately, weak in my opinion. Whatever. Next is the Demolisher, which has the Demolisher Siege Cannon. It is 170 points. I believe it actually went up in cost. I think it went up by 10 points. Yes, it went up by 5 points. It used to be 165. And it has the Demolisher Siege Cannon, which is 24-inch range, strength 10, AP 2, ordnance 1, large blast. That's scary. That is really scary. Even for under 70 points, a 24-inch, strength 10, AP 2, large blast, ordnance 1. Wow. I'm liking these Leman Russes. Next, the Punisher, 140. Again, huge price drop. It used to be 180, so now it's down to 140. That's great. It has the Punisher Gatling Cannon. And the Punisher Gatling Cannon is 24-inch range, strength 5, AP minus, heavy 20. Heavy 20. And you can up the ballistic skill to 4. So, wow. Heavy 20. And then the Executioner Plasma Cannon is on the Executioner, 155 points. Once again, huge price drop, 190 to 155, 35 points drop. And it has the 36 in range, strength 7, AP 2, heavy 3, blast gets hot. I like. So any one of those, depending on what your opponent's bringing, you can build a Lehman Russ to take down anything what your opponent is bringing. That's awesome. For a good price. Up next, Hydra Battery. Hydra batteries are now 70 points each. Then includes 1 Hydra. You can take up to 2 more for 70 points each. They used to be 75. 5-point drop. Basically all the same as before. They're a vehicle, open-topped, tank, 12, 10, 10. 3 hull points. They have 2 twin-linked Hydra autocannons. And what's the difference? A Hydra autocannon is 72 inch, so huge range, strength 7, AP 4, heavy 2, Skyfire. So they're the Skyfire vehicles, essentially. If you want to pop down vehicles, Hydras are a great choice because they will destroy flyers like no one's business. That's pretty cool stuff. Basilisk battery, 125, used to be 125, same thing, and it basically they didn't really touch the Basilisk. It's identical as was before. 12, 10, 10, 3 hull points, vehicle open topped. And it has an earth shaker cannon, which this has to be a typo. To me, it cannot be real. Earth shaker cannon, 36 to 240 inches. $240 inches. So 20 feet. I don't know about you guys, but I have never played a game where I need to shoot across the entire room with a gun. Strength 9, AP 3, Ordnance 1, Barrage Alert, 240 inches. That's insane. Ordnance 1, Barrage, Large Blast, 240 inches. Who was thinking about that? That is silly. You imagine I measure 20 feet with a measuring tape. How many models do you have to go through? I like it. Whatever. That is silly, though. Next, we have the Wyvern battery. Now, the Wyvern is the new vehicle added, and it looks basically like it looks Skyfire-y. It has 2 sets of two twin-linked Storm Shard mortars. Now, Storm Shard mortars are actually really cool because they're also good at taking out Nids and Orcs. They're 48-inch range, strength 4, AP 6, heavy 2, 2 shots each, barrage, blast, ignores cover with shred. So if you're shooting at a Tyrannid Termagant, it's twin-linked, so you get to reroll to hit, and then it's shred, so you get to reroll to wound. So it's going to kill light infantry like no one's business. Orcs and Tyranids are going to be in big trouble with their 6-up save, and even with, like, you could probably wound a bunch of Terminators and force enough wounds to kill a few of them too, but light infantry, gone. I think it's going to be good. 65 points. That's a really well-priced model, and you can take up to 2 more for 65 points each. So, and you can place this heavy bolter with a heavy flamer, which would just eat through these guys as well, because they ignore cover, goes through their saves. I would take, my personal thing is I'd take 3 of them for 195 points, give them heavy flamers, and just enjoy it. Enjoy the awesomeness. And they have searchlights. That's just insane. Next is the Manticore, 170 points. The Manticore went up in price by 10 points. They really didn't change it other than that. It's still 12, 10, 10. 3 all points, Storm Eagle rockets, heavy bolter searchlight launchers. Those who don't know the Storm Eagle rockets, 24 to 120 inches. In case you're shooting 10 feet. What's the diameter of a table? Or the right angle? It is 6 feet by 4 feet. So that means that the longest range of the table is way less than 10 feet. Whatever, it's Ordnance D3, Barrage, Large Blast. Pretty nasty stuff. So the Manticore, great. It went up in by 10 points, but in my opinion, it's just as good as it was before. I could definitely see it on the table. And finally, the Deathstrike. Now, I like the Deathstrike as well. It's 160 points. It's identical as it was before. Didn't change at all. So that's Deathstrike missiles, heavy bolter. So basically, everything in the heavy support you could take, and depending on what your opponent's bringing, bring it and you'll destroy them. Wyvern batteries are going to be really good against light infantry. Again, if you know you're facing Tyranids, goodbye Tyranids. They'll eat through them like no one's business. The Basilisk battery is amazing too. 240 inches. Makes no sense to me. Hydra, awesome. Lehman Russes, like the price drop in Lehman Russes makes the Lehman Russes insanely good priced. And Manticores and Deathstrikes. So in my opinion, the heavy support is awesome. It's actually a lot of this choice will be in the heavy support, I find, and there are so many good combinations of heavy support, especially with what you want to bring. I'd recommend if you take a Lehman Russ, take a squad leader, the upgrade guy that I mentioned in the HQs, because that increases the ballistic skill to 4, and that just is fun. It is so much fun. Well, how's it going? Well, that concludes my review. That is part 6 of my review of the there's rubric of the new Astra Militarum book. So, my final thoughts. I really, really like it. I really like it. That's what I have to say. If you played Imperial Guard before, you will love Astra Militarum, because this codex, because I think what was good before is still going to be good now. Valkyries and Vendettas got more appropriately priced. They're still very competitive for that price. The new stuff, most of them I like. Not the look of them, but I like the new heavy tank. I don't think Ogrins are going to be well taken, and the other Ogrins, the Bullgrins, they're a mobile cover save, which is good. I don't really see them being played in competitive lists. To me, though, the HQ selection is just filled with amazing choices. I really like the Psychers that you can give prescience to. That's awesome. The heavy support, once again, filled with amazing choices. And the troops, you have tons of choices there. So I think this codex is well written. I love the balance. I think there's going to be a lot of fun and competitive lists created from this codex. I didn't see who wrote it. I don't remember if anybody wrote. No, just playtesters list again. So this is not it's a group, right? Basically, playing wise, I think it's well written, has some great balance. It will give Tau and Eldar a run for their money depending on how you can build them. Like the heavy support choices alone could take down a lot of Tau and Eldar. And ignores cover. Like it's gonna pick off Tau Fire Warriors behind Aegis defense lines. You can pick off Eldar. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think this codex is well written. I definitely like it, and to me, the Imperial Guard have stood the test of time, and I think Astra Militarum will also stand the test of time. I like it. If you agree with me, awesome. If you don't, awesome as well. That's just my opinion. Please leave comments in the comment section down below, and thank you very much for watching my series of reviews. Stay tuned for more series of reviews in the future. I'm going to keep making them because these codexes are going to keep coming out. So till next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting, everyone.